Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome to Stonehearth Dev stream number 261, in which we will be doing a little bit of doodling, looking forward to a brand new alpha and a brand new splash screen. There we go. Alright, sorry, I had to go glance over at the thingy because I couldn't see out the corner of my eye. Hi, I'm back. I'm Ali Strom for those of you who are joining for the first time, and I do concept art and illustration and all kinds of stuff on the team. And today especially, we are going to be focusing a bit on illustration. And let's see who's joining us today, this afternoon, or whatever time of day it is for you, wherever you are. Hello, Hyrule Symbol, Parsimony, hey Mally, Jamaxro, always so polite. Bibine, Zologin, and Dark Shadow, hello. To make sure I don't get lost in there. Alrighty, so as normal, I am completely and 100% prepared for everything. I haven't even opened Photoshop yet. Neat. Okay, so Parsimony is asking, hey, how soon can we expect Alpha 21 anyway? Alpha 21 is not due out for a little while, so we're working on some illustrations right now. It doesn't mean like, hey, like right away it's gonna be ready to go. So it's really nice to be able to jump in and do these illustrations ahead of time. That way, like in the last week of like when we get to the point where we're in like the last week of process and production, it's not like a mad race between things that I'm trying to get done for the game and also trying to make an illustration, because sometimes these things can become pretty heavy duty. I'm hoping to keep this one, as far as scale goes, a little less like the crazy like staircases and what have you, and as in the one splash that we did together. In fact, we did that one largely on stream together, if I remember correctly. Let's see if we've got some now this may not result in anything, but this might ooh, old mood boards, that's fun. Let's see what we got. Somewhere it would be nice if we had a few examples of some of the splashes that we've done so far. This looks like the Alpha 20 splash. Alright, so this is the splash that we did for the very last alpha, which had to do with the happiness scale. And what we chose to do was to illustrate this very visually by having a hard link for like each step along the way. So rather than having something like, you know, word balloons and descriptors and things, we wanted it to like present the concept behind the update in a way that was consumable just as an illustration, like almost out of a children's book or a wordless comic even, which I always think is a lot of fun, but sometimes it can be kind of challenging. Interesting. Sorry about that. Please lower your microphone. Strange echo and audio with mic pointing towards the ceiling. This microphone should not be on. Hang on a minute. Let me know if that makes it better. I know there's a bit of a delay. So for some reason, let's see here. At the very least, we can make sure that's all the way down. Let me know if that's any better. Yeah, okay, so that's where it should be. Woo! Alright, sorry about that, guys. And I hope that is better. Hey, Michael Handy, thanks for joining us. Yaman, who else have we... Well, I was babbling about things, has jumped in to the mix. Neat. Alright, I try to make sure, and Mike Boy Doodle, I try to make sure not to forget anybody, but sometimes it can be hard to cut my attention in half. because I like to... Oh, that's okay. Apparently it all worked out. Hey, Badfish, welcome to the stream. But that's because you're not attuned to detailed sound, huh? Alright, so, anyway, back on track. The idea with the splash screens is to kind of like visually set the expectations for what it is that we worked on, kind of as the main thing that went into the alpha. And to be fair, a lot of things happen in each alpha, but there's usually like some huge theme that ties it all together, and in A20 that was the happiness scale, like the whole morale meter thing. And this illustration that we did here worked out really nicely for it, because it's just like you can look at it, you can read it like a children's book illustration, and it's just a really nice it's a nice way to connect into what it is that we worked on, without like, again, like an explicit wall of text or something like that. I mean, you also have that in the patch notes and things like that, but the illustrations are meant to be like fun to look at. It freshens it up. It's kind of like, hey, we did a new thing, it's a new start, but it's also like a visual connection to whatever it is that we did. And this one was really fun to do. I had a lot of fun with it. It was just really exciting to get in there and draw the hearthlings. It always is, and the chickens. Gotta get those poyos in there somewhere, whether we hide them or not. It's been a while since we've had, like, because, you know, I wish we could find it, because it was driving everyone insane for a while. Oh, hey, speak of the devil, here we are. Like, here's an example of, like, a pretty, an alpha splash screen that's pretty massive in scope, so you can see that it's a lot of background elements and a lot of, like, really whimsical and lyrical things happening all over the place. So this time we do want to kind of rein it in a little bit, because we're working on a ton of things, but that doesn't mean we want to like make, you know, boring art at the same time. But I kind of look at this as sort of like the best example of like when we just go nuts and put a lot of things all over everywhere. And in the example of this one, I just got very excited about the stairs tool, and we were also doing the engineer that alpha, and it just like turned into this super fun Escher-esque kind of insanity. And there is a Poyo in there, and I'm still not pointing it out, so if you haven't found it yet, you gotta keep looking. Splash 18, we introduced demolition. So, like, with the push of a button, now your house falls down in a puff of smoke, and that's super exciting. So we wanted to have, like, a really, like, dynamic and fun illustration that kind of showed that. And this was, like, it didn't take an incredible amount of time to make, but it also, like, hit the concept right where it needed to be, and that's kind of the sweet spot of having a super, like, successful splash screen. It's like, you don't necessarily have to go crazy and add a million billion things, as long as you can find something that sums it up. And sorry to everyone who went crazy looking for the Poyo in the other one. So we're at an interesting point with the Alpha 21 splash screen in that I haven't done... Oh, hang on a minute. Let me see if I can remember this. 1080. Been thinking about everything else. What is it? 19... This is probably not it. That looks about right. So, again, we're in an interesting place with the Alpha 20 splash screen, because I haven't done a single bit of ideating on it, so we're all cracking into this from the very beginning, and that's always, like, hugely terrifying and hugely exciting at the same time, because who knows what can happen. Whoa, hey, my tablet is calibrated super wrong. So let's fix that. Like, generally when we do art streams, I kind of like to come in with a definite roadmap of what it is we're going to do. That way we don't just wander off into the weeds for an hour, but we're going to be in the weeds a little bit today, which is fun because we get to call out stuff and work together on that. Wow, I'm not used to looking at this. Pen and touch. Oh, you know what? No. Wacom? Wacom? The supported tablet was not found on the system. Oh no. Well, that's a bummer, because at the moment... Oh, that's exciting. Michael Handy is saying, so A21 is more about pathfinding. You could put a heartling searching for something, or knows that they can't get somewhere. Wow, what in the world is all that about? Interesting. Huh. Okay, so a couple of things just happened. Alright, so... yeah, so actually, the thing that I wanted to focus on for the splash screen this time was more in the lines of traits. Though pathfinding is also super cool, kind of the big gameplay thing we're introducing that's incredibly player-facing, I mean, right down to, like, shiny pretty icons and things like that, are, we're adding traits, you know, things that make Hearthlings more individual, less of, like, everybody is the same, and we just build your houses, you know, now they actually have, like, a short, medium, and long list of things that help them, like, feel their best and perform at their most optimal. So, wow, this is going to be really hard because my tablet is cutting up and the computer is insisting, once again, that it can't find the driver for it, which is lies. It knows exactly that it has drivers, but for some reason, as you can see, it doesn't know that. So let's try this. The trouble is, at the moment, it's picking up that we have 2 monitors. Yeah, it's still doing that. Huh. Was spewing, well, words. Okay, so there was a spammer. Interesting. This is gonna be kind of an issue. I don't think I can access what I need through display. No, I need Wacom to actually give me the thing I need, and it's not gonna. So the question I've got is, can we draw like, oh wow, that's weird. Oh boy. Let's see. You can delete the user settings and it will reset and read the tablet afterwards in the user settings. In user settings. Let's see. User settings. You'll have to forgive me, I'm not immediately sure where to find that. Normally I just restart the computer, but I don't want to interrupt the stream. What we got here? Well, this is not an incredibly user accounts. That's different. Why happening? I don't think this is what I need. Damn it, Windows. Damn it, Windows. Damn it, Windows. Anyway, in Wacom user settings, yeah, that's what I was looking for before, but the problem is when I click on the thingamabob that normally does that, so normally you go to Wacom tablet properties and it pops that window open for you, but right here it's going, hey, a supported, oh boy, hi Windows, you know, we've got to talk about this whole thing that you do, where you make everything go away and it's really exciting, except it's not. So, for some reason, it's convinced that we don't have a tablet, but we do have a tablet. It's not an incredibly good one. No, in the start menu, and there's all the apps. Alright, let's try that. Oh boy. Huh. All apps. Alright. This is the best stream. W is for Wacom. Neat. Can I have it? Alright. Display settings. Cool. Neat. How about this? No. Wow. Oh boy. Forgive me, guys. We'll figure this out. I just touched something I didn't mean to. Nope. Might be quicker to restart at this point. Yeah. Alright, guys, you know what? Stand by. We are going to be right back. We're going to try this again one more time from the top. Yeah, there is definitely a Wacom display, and you are a liar and a cheat, Windows. Okay, so be right back, everybody. I am so sorry. Kind of a rough start. 2 seconds.